Welcome, podcast listeners. You are here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That's this guy. It's me. You are also here with Lee. He's over there. This one. So this is episode number 181, which that surprised me. We're getting close to the 200. You're here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. You're here with Lee. You are also here with Mr. Mackwine. Mr. Mackwine.
Hello.
Hello. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. It's been a while since I've been on one of these live things.
It has.
It's always just been inconvenient.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's inconvenient for me as well. But I soldier on.
Yeah, but when the Isle of Man's not in lockdown, I do night shifts, so 8 o'clock in the evening sometimes. Cool. Whereas now that we're in lockdown and I don't have to go to work, I could have done this at 4 a.m. if you'd have wanted.
No one wants that.
No, thank you.
Your American audience might want it at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, possibly. They're not getting it, but they might want it.
Adam Yeomans said, "What up, Mose?" I think that was aimed mainly at you. And Mr. Bimson has said, "Hello, I guess," and that's because he was going to play bass. And I said, "Wait, no."
Yeah.
Come and,
Stop that nonsense. I mean, like, what has practice ever done for a musician, really? Oh, actually, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Fair point. But you can always practice after this. It's fine. It's always great to talk about gear, especially gear that we have no chance of owning. So largely today we're going to be talking about 2021 NAMM Not NAMM, which is what I'm coining it. But before we do that, we need to preheat the oven of news. So we'll do that with some what we been up to's. I think it would be only fair to start with Matt because he's had a little hiatus due to the whole lockdowny thing going on. How's it going, Matt? You all right?
Fine. It's miserably being locked inside, but you've been there for the last 10 months or whatever it is, and I've been less than 2 weeks. I had a pain in the backside.
So it was about this time that we started having some really serious internet issues. Yay! To give you a little bit of a rundown, Matt tells us about a wonderful new reverb pedal that he bought, which happened to be a new neighbour pedal, and he bought it at a pretty reduced price. I think he bought it on the used market, and he got a pretty good deal. So let's continue on with the show.
Matt, I've got a question. In what ways is the new neighbour better than the TC?
I think the quality of sound, like, they're both obviously digital-based reverb pedals. The Hoff, in my opinion, sounds great anyway. The quality, like, you can hear the new neighbour or however you want to pronounce it. Just it sounds less digital, if you know what I mean. Like, with a digital spring reverb, you can generally tell that it's a digital spring reverb or a digital hall, whereas the Neunebar just sounds a bit more natural. And some of the settings in there, like the modulated setting, I really like on the Hoff, and the Neunebar one's got a modulated setting. It's got what it calls a sustain setting, which is, and it's also got the shimmer as well. So it's got like lots of different types of the bigger ambient sounds, as well as your standard plate and hall and all that stuff. It's a cracking little pedal. It's got a little button you can push down to a secondary mode as well, which I haven't even scratched the surface of yet. So that's something that I've still yet to go into. But yeah, the quality to me sounds like a similar quality to what you get out of the Strymon stuff, whereas the Hoff is great, but it's great for a £150 pedal as opposed to a £300 pedal.
Yeah,
what you got there for 120 quid is unbelievable.
Yeah. Like I say, I saw it and I was like, right, snapped it up straight away. Like you were selling some other bits, and there was an earthquake, a delay, and a couple of other bits that went really quickly. But this was still there, and I was like, yeah, snapping his hand off.
Absolutely.
Good man.
I mean, I largely don't have need for a reverb pedal, and I would have bought that.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and like, even if I decide to move it on later on, I'll probably make a profit.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah. So I've picked that up. Other than that, I bought some cable, intending to make my own 6-meter long cables, just that we've got some longer ones for the bands to use, and found that soldering jacks onto cables is a pain in the arse.
Yes, I can agree with it. I did a really similar thing about 2 years ago. I bought like a couple of meters worth of cable just to go. Okay, like I've got a few like shitty Fender cables. I'm gonna have a crack at upgrading them myself. I've still got a bag of largely uncut cable and probably about 12 right angle jacks. They are a pain in the ass. And this is coming from someone who's managed to solder together a good double digits worth of like guitar pedals. Those, not a problem.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I've not quite done double digits, but like I'm comfortable enough soldering onto a circuit board. But right angle jacks are like I managed to get the straight jack soldered together, and I assume functional. I don't know, because there's nothing on the other end, because I want to put a right angle jack on it, and I can't do it. It's just every time I move something, the whole thing falls apart, and then you've got to try and get everything in line before you get any solder anywhere near it. And then as you pick up the solder, something falls over, and you got to start again. And it's just, I need an extra 3 hands.
Yeah. I mean, ideally, you need. It's a 2-person job, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there are guys out there. I mean, it gives you a massive, like professional, just like a sense of what Chris from Practical Patch is going through on a daily. Like he's knocking out like patch cables and like pancake jack ends, and he's doing like multiple different like patch cables and jack like footages of cable. In fact, like these here, that's going to come through nicely. Like all of these are practical patch cables, and they're brilliant and they work. So kudos to
he uses the Van Damme cable that I was using, and the ones that I've got of his have got the same Nutric jacks as what I bought.
Yeah,
there was a site doing a deal on them over either between Christmas and New Year or just after that. So because it cost me like 30 quid for 18 meters of Van Damme cable and 6 Nutric jacks, I thought, well, that's like 70 quid's worth of cables there. So if I can put them together, which I'm finding out that I might not be able to do.
Well, what you might be able to do is ship them to Chris and get him to do the work for you.
Yeah, no, I'll persevere. I've not got anything else to do. So if I spend 6 hours a day for the next week doing it,
that's a lot of time spending.
I haven't lost time.
Yeah. I think the way that Chris has got it down, and the way that a lot of cable makers do it, they've got a jig that holds all the bits in place. And that sounds like a lot of effort for what is essentially making 3 cables.
Dirk, hello from Germany. Well, hello from UK. How are you doing? We are wunderbar. That reminds me, I was listening to a lot of Rammstein the other day. A lot of Rammstein.
I haven't listened to Rammstein in a long time.
I think.
Well,
I've possibly.
I'd say there's no time about the present, but
yeah, you're a little bit busy at the moment.
Don't do it right now.
Probably wait till after the cast.
I should ask Matt, was that everything, or was there more?
I mean, I've been dicking around on an acoustic guitar because I've got nothing to do, but nobody really cares. It's not an acoustic guitar podcast, is
it? What acoustic is it?
It's a Yamaha CPX 700, I think. It's the big bodies of those CPX and APX series.
Yamaha have, from what I'm led to understand, the best-selling acoustic in the world. So, you're into a right trick there.
It's a really great guitar. How old am I now? 29, so it's 13 years old. It needs a refret because I can't be arsed. I've played it a lot. It's the guitar I've played the most.
Okay, I kid you not. Both Adam Yeomans and Lowell George, who is our YouTube specialist for crazy videos, both exactly the same time said, "Why do you play Grandpa's guitar and Grandpa's guitar?"
Why is it a Grandpa's guitar?
It's from Metalocalypse. There's an episode where they try and learn to play the blues.
Right. I haven't watched that in ages.
Oh, Metalocalypse is so funny. Oh, it's one of those just insanely quoted. Pardon?
Yeah, that has sorted your clipping out.
Fantastic.
Gone.
Brilliant. It's not sorted my internet issues out though, has it?
Discussion about this. It sounds like a share now, doesn't he?
If I could turn back time. I best not, because it'll.
Right. Okay. So I've been rebuilding my board. So it's the one that you see behind me. I used the new power supply that we spoke about last week, which is from Jad and Freer, and it's just powered everything perfectly as I expected, but really nicely. Any interference in terms of noise I've had, gone. Everything. So any interference I had in terms of noise from MIDI, which I had before, which was weird. It was like interference coming through the MIDI setup, which I just didn't even know could happen. That's all gone now, and it's just absolutely banging. One of the cool things I noticed was with the voltage selector that comes with it that I got. I could press it in order, so I could bump up the voltage just by pressing a button, and I could literally hear what was happening without having to release a chord. So that was really, really nice. That was something new I've never seen before. So I'll make a video on that at some point. I'll make a video on my board. All I've got to do now is just tidy it up because all the cables underneath are a mess.
I know a guy on the Isle of Man who makes cables.
Give me solderless patch cables any day of the fucking week.
That's it.
Absolutely.
It's a reason they're popular, isn't it?
The whole board is pedal patch. Everything on that board is pedal patch. Absolutely everything.
Indeed.
Just had to be, because that's what I had. But also they're good. That's why I had them. So, yeah. I spent quite a lot of time yesterday playing with the Earthquaker Devices Rainbow Machine. So it's not a pedal I've spent a lot of time with before. I've always wanted to, but I've never managed to get my hands on it, and I still haven't got my hands on it. But we were toying with it and seeing whether we could get it onto Tonepedia. So we sat down and we experimented with what tones are the best for what settings and what playing styles and these sort of things. It was a lot of fun because that pedal does some crazy stuff.
What kind of pedal is it? I've heard of it, but
all right. Okay, so
weird noise-makey thingy, isn't it?
It is. You've got your dry, and then you've got a pitched knob which you can tune to whatever you want. You can go as low as a fourth down and as high as a third up, but it's not like increments. It's not like clicking into place. Everything is like completely woo. So you've got everything in between as well. So you've got a 2.3, if you like, or whatever. That then is controlled by, affected by two other controls. You've got primary and secondary. The primary blends in as much of that pitched signal as you can possibly want. And then the secondary is an octave of the primary.
What you're saying is the primary you set to, I don't want any of this out of tune nonsense.
Yeah, exactly. Or you blend a little bit in, and if you've got it on a lower pitch, the secondary gives you a second pitch down. If you've got it on an upper pitch, the secondary gives you an extra octave up. Then you've got two other controls. One is the regen, because you've got a really long delay on it, so you can but it's really, really, really quick. And the other one is the speed, but it's like the regen basically is just wanting to oscillate all the time, so you turn it on and it's very, very subtle, but then it goes into regen, and the speed is anything between nothing and slapback, so it doesn't do much more than that. You can get some lovely chorus sounds out of it, though, by putting it slightly out of pitch, and you can tune in these like really unique choruses with a nice bit of delay on it. And you can get some really nice sounds out of it. You can get a shit ton of horrible sounds out of it, though. So you got to understand what you're doing with it.
Most of the demos I've seen on YouTube are people making weird, out of tune, horrible noises that just repeat because it's oscillating and it's just going. It just sounds like a dying cat.
Sounds like those pugs that you hear about.
There's dog barking in the background here. Can you hear it? Because that was really good timing.
There you go. It's my fantastic impression. I think. If you had one of those and a Fuzz Factory 7 on your board, you are not making any sounds that are anywhere near good.
Still want that new Bliss Factory. I'm hoping Chase Bliss do what they said and make a new run of that, make it like a standard run, because just to bugger up the scalpers, because I really, really want one of them.
Yeah, it would make sense.
So I've done something else this week, which is kind of exciting. Over at Tonepedia, we basically make real recordings of everything. So everything's done completely analog. You get someone actually turning the controls and tune it to the amp, and then they record a DI of a real guitar through it. So everything's a recording of the real bits and pieces. But we added a plug-in to it. So we added a plug-in pedal. So it was the Universal Audio TS Overdrive, which is a TS-808 replica.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's like the best one that you can get. So we've put it on there. And it means that people who say, oh, this is the best, or no, it's not very good, can now go in and actually A/B it against the real thing. And see if it is actually any good, or if it's rubbish, or even if it's better.
I think the Stomp v Stomp series told us that modelling pedals is come on in leaps and bounds.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, you've. I suppose I didn't really think of it like that, but yeah, it is a bit like the Stomp v Stomp, isn't it? Yeah.
It's all right. I'm not going to send around the heavies. Not yet, anyway.
I think I would be one of your heavies, wouldn't I?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Just punch yourself in the dick, please. Live on the internet.
Other than watching NARM and all that sort of stuff, which I'm sure we'll come to in a minute, that is basically what I've been up to, and making noise with my pedal board, which has been great.
Indeed. Do you want to risk me telling you what I've done this week?
Does it begin with sweet and end with FA?
No, I'm just wondering if you'll be able to hear it, or if I'll go into my share impression.
It's been fairly stable for like 2 minutes now.
Well, there we go. I suppose that is my cue, isn't it? So what have I done? Chef Tone Preacher that debuted on the No Talk or Tone last Friday. I think we spoke about it, that it was going to happen, but oh my god, that pedal absolutely just Yeah. After the demo had released, Yeoman's actually sent me a message. He was like, "Oh, yeah, it was really cool. Which one do you prefer, the Messiah or the or the Preacher?" Like, can't answer that because they're just. It's like saying.
Does my bum look big in this?
No, it weren't one of those. It was like, which do you prefer, chocolate or pizza? You're like, well, both are good.
Two very different things.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's well, if you want to get like the absolute classic, like Les Paul into a stack tones, the Messiah is there all day, every day. You've got all of those tones from kind of the lighter, like Kossoff Drive tones of free. I think he did a demo on his Instagram the other day of him playing, just like bashing out free riffs, and yeah. So I mean, you get that, but then like the Preacher is like all of those like Fender combo amps where you can get like the like sparkly clean, just edge of breakup stuff, and then if you whack the gain to the top, you get that kind of speaker absolutely shitting itself sound, where it's just it you're holding on for dear life.
Kind of like that Neil Young kind of, I'm not sure if this amp is going to go on fire or not kind of sound.
Yeah, it's exactly that, but without the fire risk. So, like, without health and safety getting involved, you can get those just absolutely, just coming out of its own arsehole kind of tone.
I'd love to have gone to a Neil Young gig, just like, especially at that time, because didn't he use some Sun amps at one point? It's just, I mean, absolutely amazing.
That wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, it's it's a very, very nice pedal. So I mean, I did that, but then this week I think it shows on it's shown up as a preview premiere on my YouTube channel that we've got the Antares coming out this week.
What pedal that is?
Yeah, sorry, it's from strength to strength, isn't it? It was Yeoman's limited edition green version, so it kind of hints at what kind of area we're talking with it. But
it's so much more than that, though, isn't it?
It's exactly that, yeah. I mean, you can get those tube screamer tones, but then that clean blend, you can just get the subtlety with it as well. So you can dial back in the fullness of your guitar signal.
Yeah, it's just a shame that he keeps soldering the pot in the wrong way. The clean.
It's can't please anyone with that.
and left is all of the clean, which is left is none of that setting. So if that setting's called clean, then left should be no clean.
I mean, he probably should have called it mix rather than clean.
Blend.
Yeah, blend. Yeah.
Either of those would have worked, but no. Yeah, I keep winding him up about this.
Indeed.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think he does enough winding up on the internet to be able to take some of it. So.
It's so true. A couple of comments we've had in. Dirk was saying he's got a nice ES335 and Strat, but he also said, yes, love the Rainbow Machine. Stick an expression pedal in it, and it's amazing because when you put an expression pedal in it, it changes the pitch, so you've got like that on your foot, which is pretty cool. And speaking of the devil, Mr. Yeomans has said, can we talk about the new Ibanez AZs that look like the ones that you and him draw when you're drunk?
We can. We're doing that a little bit afterwards. What else have I got to talk about this week? Nothing. So, yeah, actually, we can do Pedal World Cup, and then we will talk about the Ibanezes. Okay.
I haven't got a picture for that this week. Have you got one you can send me and I can stick it up?
No.
It's in the group chat?
It is in the group chat. It's definitely in the group chat because I sent it a week ahead of time.
Oh yes, of course you did. Yeah.
And there's me being efficient.
Yeah, it was actually quite a while ago, wasn't it? Okay.
Yeah, I was being efficient. I mean, I even sent you through the graphic for the little World Cup of pedals that I made as well. That was pretty cool. But yeah, so we've got two group stages again this week, and there's like the planets have aligned to get Matt here because one of those group stages brings back an old rivalry between me and Matt.
From literally like early days of podcast.
Indeed. But on the other group as well, we've got a rivalry between me and Lee, between which is the best pedal. So
we're going to have to go at that. I've put it up on the screen. Do you want to do that now then, or do you want to do that a bit later?
Do it now. We've got. Do it now. I mean, because it's
all right then. Okay, so right, we've got the winners for that one then, which are the MXR Blue Box and the Crybaby. So should we move on to the next one?
You can suck it. So this group is as you quite say, the bottom one will be MXR Blue Box. Then we've got the
sorry, pardon?
The enigmatic, the effervescent, the one-of-a-kind Mojo by TC Electronics. Clearly is the one that you want. We've got the Electro Harmonix Linear Power Booster, which is a pretty decent utility. And then we've got the Crybaby.
That's not going to win in a million years. In a million years, there's no way that would even like come close to winning. That is just like that's a token pedal, that isn't it?
That's going to be bottom of this group.
I mean, we did have some heavy hitters from Electro Harmonix, didn't we? We had the Muff that got through, and we had the Holy Grail that got through. So, not having the linear power booster get through would be okay. Otherwise, it's going to be a EHX versus EHX final, possibly. So, let's go around us and get our votes. Whilst we do that, in the group, make sure you are getting your votes because the last couple of weeks it's been swung by one vote either side, pretty much.
Yeah, make sure you vote for two pedals. This is looking at you, Andrew, and that isn't even in this. He's still going on about the SY1. Moaned at me earlier about us not putting the SY1 through, even though I voted for it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't, I don't think, and I'd do it again. So, Andrew, if you only want to vote for one pedal, just make sure you can do the Mojo twice.
You're too late. He has literally just written Blue Box.
Oh, we're gonna fall out, mate. Right, so
Yeomans has said Blue Box and Mojo.
Okay, I'm feeling that. Right, I'm going Mojo, Crybaby. It's the only choice.
Yeah, and I'm doing similar MXR Blue Box and Mojo.
Yeah, okay. That's two for the Mojo.
Should we argue some merits for these? Because, Sean, my hero. Sean's back, and Sean from Sugar Ray Licks, and he has said Blue Box and Crybaby.
Oh, motherfuckers.
Do you know what, though? I was going to argue that, like, Jimmy Page played the Blue Box, but then you've got Paul Gilbert, who was, like, singing and dancing about the Mojo, but he's fucked that off now, hasn't he? Because he's got his own JHS pedal.
He has, so it doesn't mean that he's fucked off the Mojo. He still rocks it.
Doesn't. As if I know. I was talking to him the other day, right? And he said,
"Yeah." Paul says, "Oh, this bag of shit."
Just didn't like the colour, the claret. It just didn't do it for me.
I mean, to be fair,
that's how he talks.
He does talk with like a Mockney accent, yeah. But
Mockney.
the Mojo is, I mean, by all admission, it's an ugly looking pedal. Like it's just this horrible kind of like shitty coffee brown. And it doesn't look any good, but you plug it in And there are so many uses for that, whereas the blue box, if you plug that in, there is one sound. There is one sound with it, and it is mad as a fucking fish with titties. So...
Oh, dear. Do I get a vote, or are you two just going to argue about your shitty pedals?
I mean, you do get a vote, yeah. I'm counting on you here,
So you go Electro-harmonics and Crybaby.
I mean, you joke, but the Electro-harmonics LPB1 was the first pedal I ever built. So I'm voting for that and the Crybaby, because it's the only one on the list that I own.
There you go. So, so far, I think it's the Crybaby and the blue box that are winning.
I think it is. And I'm sorry, Adam, but I don't own a Mojo Mojo. I have tried one. They're fine pedals, but like there's so much there that's better. And I don't like the sound of the blue box at all. It's just not one of my sounds.
Yeah,
you need to. It's a pedal you have to fight. It really is, and I love it. It's the best pedal ever made. I absolutely love it.
I think you find the Mojo Mojo is the best pedal ever made, but it seems like fate is against it today.
Well, let's see. Let's leave that one up then, and let's go on to group. Was it G?
It's group one of them. Yeah, it's definitely one of them. I think it is G.
It's group G.
There you go.
Group G. Okay, so
I mean, if
this
it
is.
If it was the, I'm not even going to make that joke.
I'm really interested into what you were going to say now.
I was going to say if it was a Great British Bake Off, it would be French toast and the hot cake. That's what he was going to say.
No, it was much more filthy than that. But we'll leave that where it was. Right, so we've got the TC Electronics Hoff. We have got the TC Electronics Flashback. So it is the age-old delay versus reverb fight. We've also got the Cray the Hot Cake, which is a favourite of Matt. And we've got the Dan Electro French Toast, which is based on the Foxtone, is it?
The Foxtone bender, the one with the octave up in it.
Yeah.
Switchable octave up, yeah.
There you go.
Rough, that is. Like, when I say rough, I mean like it's a really raw sounding pedal.
Yeah.
And actually came with a felt cover over it. Like, it had like this sort of like furry thing stuck to it.
Carry on. Tell me more.
Like
that, yeah.
Yeah, this one, realistically, there's three pedals in it because as much as the French Toast is a gimmicky thing, that's all it is. It's not a decent sounding pedal.
I mean, it's got quite a cult following. It's seen as one of the best from that range, and that range seems to have got some notoriety recently. However, I agree with you.
It's not.
There's a lot of clones of that pedal now. A lot of clones, not of that pedal, but of the original Foxtone pedal. A lot of clones coming out of it.
Loads of people cloning the Dan Electro copy
French
of
Toast.
the
Yeah.
Like, it was plastic housing.
Yeah.
Nonsense pedal.
Yeah, like
And,
really shit switches on them, like crappy little mini pots. Yeah, I understand.
Everything, basically the predecessor fab, though, isn't it? Just
so
even though they all had pretty wanky names, they're still better named than Ibanez guitars.
Yeah, like the
but that's because they're not just a serial number.
The barcode, barcode guitars. Go on,
should we put some votes in then?
That's it.
Go on, Matt, you go first because you went last time.
Right. Well, obviously, delay is a natural sounding thing, whereas reverb is completely just fake in every way. The Hoff has to win. So the Hoff is the better of those two. And the Hot Cake is my favourite drive pedal. It's certainly in my top 5 favourite drive pedals.
Yeah.
Probably top 2.
BPC?
I'm going to go for both the TC. I'm going to go for the Hoff and the Flashback. Because as much as I don't really care about reverb, it's a good solid reverb pedal, and it pretty much made everyone within that kind of price bracket up their game. The flashback again is just it's one of those, isn't it? It's a staple. It's a benchmark for what like a 150 quid delay pedal has to reach. So like without either of those, we wouldn't have had like the EHX Canyon and the Oceans 11 and all of these. And I probably doubt we wouldn't have had stuff like the Strymon reverbs and delays as well. The Cray the Hotcake I tried, and because I'm not running it through an AC style amp, I thought was really underwhelming. And the Dano French Toast can get to fuck, so.
Right, okay. I'm not sure about your chronology on the Hoff and the flashback, but I'm definitely going with your choices. I don't know the Hotcake. I know the French Toast, the original pedal, but I think there's going to be better clones of it out there. And I think it's got, the original's got great heritage and that sort of thing, but the Hoff and the flashback made quality affordable in terms of these sort of things. So, you had your Strymons and everyone was like going, oh, you got to have a timeline and a big sky and these sort of things. And people were like, well, hang on a minute, I'm getting some wicked tones and I only paid a couple $100 for both. I had the TC Flashback X4. It's got a looper built into it. And I actually ended up giving it to me cousin. And that was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant pedal. I replaced that with the DD500, which is probably the best multi-delay on the market. And I replaced that with that. So, that's what to upgrade, I went the whole hog, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you went from the Hoff to the hog.
No, from the flashback to the hog, to the... I'm confused.
Yeah. I'm going to pull you up there and say technically the flashback does have a looper, but the looper is an absolute pile of French toast. So
on the X4 it was good, man.
Was it?
Because you had a different button for all the different bits and pieces, so it was really easy to use.
Yeah. Well, the single button version, like the standard flashback, it was more frustrating than it was fun to use. But
it's crazy.
What's crazy?
Isn't it? Because they make the most popular looper pedal that's ever been created. They make the Ditto, and yet they couldn't get it right on the flashback.
Yeah, I mean the Ditto is absolutely fantastic.
Didn't the Ditto only exist because they fucked it up so badly on the flashback? Because I think it came out after the flashback.
I believe it did, yeah.
Gotcha.
And yet another reason to choose the flashback, because if it weren't for the flashback, the Ditto wouldn't have been invented. So what we talk? Yeah, what we're talking kind of votes wise on these? Have people voted on these in the comments yet?
It's all the same, same as us. Apart from Matt's go for the hotcake. So yeah, everyone's saying the top two. I think it's pretty straightforward, really.
Yeah, it does, however, mean I'm gonna have to rig it so that those two face off in the knockout rounds.
We're not rigging anything.
No, surely they go in separate sides and then they'll meet again in the final.
Yeah, for like some epic battle. Epic. No, I mean to be fair, like in the knockout rounds, the big boys are going through, aren't like they're like the Fuzz Face and the Ranger Master are probably getting through. You're probably gonna have the Muff, wanky. I don't know. It's hard to call it at the moment, but I think the kind of the semi-finals are going to be Range Master, Fuzz Face, Muff. What else? Probably Tube Screamer.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know, because Tube Screamer's great, but it's a bit boring, isn't it?
But
Every time I wouldn't put a board together without a Tube Screamer flavoured pedal in it.
Yeah, completely. I mean, I've run boards with 2 Tube Screamer flavoured pedals and been happy, so...
Yeah, so just, like, as much as, like, they are boring and, like, everybody's got one.
Yeah.
They're so useful. Like, even if you don't want to use it as your drive pedal, you're going to use it as your lead boost.
Exactly. Or if you're a metal guitarist and you want to tighten up your massively gainy amp, like there's a use pretty much across the board, isn't there?
Or if you've got a Strat and you don't want to sound shit.
If you've got a what, sorry?
A Strat and you don't want the bridge pickup to sound like shit.
I mean, if you don't want any of the pickups to sound like shit, because a Tube Screamer on a Strat is essential. Because it fixes the weird kind of mid-scooped EQ curve.
Yeah. Do you know what? I know it sounds stupid, but I go for a Klon style pedal any day of the week because that just little point that it pumps up on the point it hits on the EQ just sounds much better to my ears, and it's the same EQ frequency that the Rat hits as well, and I really love that as well. So the Rats are my favorite style overdrives, Klons are my favorite style, like low gain overdrives, and they're both hitting the same sort of area, whereas whereas Tube Screamers just sounds a little bit meh.
The Klon is the artisanal coffee of the guitar world. It's like so fucking hipster.
I know what you mean, but I was prepared not to like it. I was prepared to, I've always been prepared to just like what I like, and it was no surprise to me when I was told that you really like the Rats, well, you really like the Klons. Well, actually, they're pushing exactly the same frequency. So if you like what you like, don't you?
Well, the Klons are marketed as transparent, and you can't say that about a Rat.
Yeah. But they're not. The Klon is basically pushing the next frequency up from a Tube Screamer.
Yeah. It's between the Tube Screamer and the Blues Driver, and they found that little niche. And
I think Blues Driver's lower mids, isn't it, than a Tube Screamer?
No, Blues Driver's a really, really spiky kind of upper mids into treble territory.
Is it really?
Yeah, Blues Driver's
still quite a bassy pedal, though, isn't it?
I mean, it can be. I think it doesn't roll off as much bass as Tube Screamer, but it's a very raspy tone.
I think it's not cutting it rather than adding it with the bass tones from the Blues Driver.
Yeah.
We want our Will to be talking to us about that, don't we? Because he knows a thing or two about Blues Drivers.
Over to you, Will. Nope. No, he's been quiet.
Should we talk about some of this shiznit that's been happening over at not over at NAMM, but in the ether, but it's supposed to be at NAMM.
Virtual NAMM,
yeah. Whatever.
NAMM, not NAMM. Which is it's cool because we're all on an even playing field now, because we can't afford to be over in America at the moment. I mean, no one can. But yeah, so we're getting the news pretty much as everyone is. What I wanted to mention is what Yeoman's actually mentioned is the Ibanez have done a single cut version of the AZ, the Arizona. So basically, it's
E-style.
Yes. So yeah, the previous AZs were kind of modern super Strat, kind of Charvel-esque. These are now like the telly versions, aren't they? So, yeah, just to kind of recap on a couple of the specs, because it's been a while since the AZ was announced. So, these are ash body. They've got roasted maple necks with stainless steel frets. 22 stainless steel frets, which is I don't know how to feel about that on a T style. We've got
how many frets did you say? Sorry,
many, isn't it?
22.
Okay.
One too many for a telly.
We've got so it's got a 3-way switch, but it's also got like the other AZs had it. It's got like an altered voice switching, and it then gives you another 6 voices. However, the switching system on it, I had a look at. I can't remember it specifically to memory at the moment, but they weren't what you were expecting. Because you'd expect like
a 5-way.
No, they're a 3-way switch, but it's
not bridge, middle, neck.
Yeah, it weren't. Bridge, neck. It weren't specifically that. I think it was the middle position had because it's a mini humbucker in the neck, not a single coil, and I think it was bridge with the split mini humbucker, but in parallel rather than in series.
Right. Okay.
And I think they were missing that middle in series setting, as far as I can remember. But it was quite a weird and complicated one. They could be.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a bit weird, but at the same time, when was the last time you used the middle position on a telly?
All the fucking time, pretty much.
No, that's not how you use a telly. You put on the bridge pickup and you play twangy music.
No, you don't. I mean, if you're doing the Telecaster right, the bridge pickup has absolutely no twang whatsoever. It's usually like a quarter pounder style pickup. So it gets it gets rid of all of that nasty, horrible twanginess. But unless you're doing like heavily distorted rock, it's a bit dark. So you stay in the middle position so that you've got the clarity of the neck pickup. And then if you want to get real blues,
the bridge pickup's too dark, so I'm going to add the muddier pickup in.
Because it's single coil, though, isn't it?
What have you? I don't know whether you know what you're talking about anymore.
I love having you on here, Matt. It's fantastic. It's easy to get you mad. Sorry, the AZS. What are we thinking? The AS. Fuck mate, it's called the AS.
I'm just
like if they had fixed bridges, then they'd be fine.
One of them does.
Yeah,
no, is that the signature one with it?
Yeah, the Josh Smith, and it's called
the
flat 5-1. Something like that. Rather than the
that's
8.
got the single coil in the neck as well, hasn't it? And it's got the weird dick control plate.
So
they've all got the dick control plate.
Oh, sorry,
No, they haven't.
They haven't they?
No.
I'll fight you.
Hang on, I'll bring some images up in a second, and you can see when I put them on the screen. But yeah, they're.
We're waiting for a man to Google stuff. This is great internet radio.
Googled it, you fool. Right, okay. So we've got. Let's get rid of the other ones for a second, and this here. Okay, so this is the first one. This is the Josh Smithy looking one that you've been talking about. This is with the Willy looking scratch plate-y thing over the controls. It reminds me of that. Have you ever seen Sausage Party?
Yeah, that's exactly what was in my head when I saw it.
So that is called the AZS2209H. Right,
that's not the Josh Smith one, is it?
Well, I don't think so. It might be, because the one I saw from Josh Smith looked very similar to this.
No,
so that's the first one, right? Then we've got this one, which is, you can see there's no funny scratch plate thing on that. It's just got the 3 controls in the order in the thing with a switch, which I'm guessing switches parallel thing. You got to remember, on all the AZs they had some really funky switching on them, and that was one of the big selling points about the AZ Strat. Let's call it that. Was it was a really, really versatile guitar. But this one does have a trem system, whereas the other one was like traditional Telecaster bridge in ish. Ibanez's version of it. But they've all got a mini humbucker, and then the last one is basically just a black version of this, which looks a bit like a custom 72. But basically the same setup
mini
as the other one.
Rather than a fat one.
Yeah, exactly.
If we ignore the signature one for Josh Smith with the penis and the single coil in the neck and say like the standard AZS or whatever they call it, the Telecaster AZ is what I'm going to call it just because it's the easiest. Those, if it had a fixed bridge, I'd be more inclined to try one.
Yeah.
Strat style trem systems really annoy me.
I mean, what you could do is not use it, like deck it and not use it.
But at that point, why wouldn't I just buy I don't know, something that has got a fixed bridge that's the same kind of price? I'm not a mini hum person either, so I shop. Yeah. Not at that price though. Not. I assume these are coming in like £1,000 ish.
Try again.
To be confirmed, it says on here.
I've got prices. I've got prices. We're going
to be about 1,800 to £2,000 for the Prestige.
So we've got
for the Prestige, for the Premium.
So we've got the 1,600 for the Premium. We've got 2,419 for the Prestige.
Jesus.
Yeah, you'd go for. See, I want an AZ, like a proper one. I really want an AZ. I think they're the best all-round guitar I've ever played. They're absolutely fantastic. But if I was going to go down a telly route, firstly, actually, I must say these do look nicer than normal tellies. I don't really like the look of normal tellies as a rule. I just like the way they sound. But I think these do look a little bit nicer. But no, I'd go for a full-on telly at that price. I'd go down the custom shop telly route.
Yes, yeah.
Do yourself a favour, and once all this lockdown nonsense is over, get yourself down to Pete's Guitars and try an exotic, because they're 10 times the guitars that these AZs are.
I've played them. I weren't actually that keen on the exotic guitars. I played them.
My favourite guitars I've ever played.
Was it actually at Peach? I think it was. I think it was at Peach that I played them.
I love the way they do their roasted maple necks. It's just, it's better than anybody else's.
Yeah, to be fair,
perhaps I just got a bad one. But yeah, when I played I played a Premium and the Prestige. Which one's the more expensive? The Prestige is the more expensive, isn't it? Yeah. So I played the Premium and the Prestige on the same day down at GAC late last year. Actually, middle of last year, sorry. And the Prestige was so much better than the Premium. The Premium was all right, and I was like, this is all right. But when I played the Prestige, I was like, holy shitballs, this is amazing. One of the best guitars I've ever played.
I played both. I played because I wanted really, really much to like the. I think it was the Premium, the dual humbucker, kind of like a transparent chocolatey finish. I think it was something like that. It was called like Cocoa Burst or Chocolate Burst or something like that. And I really wanted to like that one, and I hated the pickups. I thought they were just not up to the standard of what they were asking for the guitar. But then I tried the HSS version, which was the Premium. The Prestige, and again, like the pickups were just like I like the single coils a bit more, but I weren't completely sold on it. But I found myself having to try and get used to the feel of the guitar. It just didn't gel with me as instantly as I would have wanted it to. And especially the price point, I was like, for that, I need to be loving this guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I remember picking it up and thinking, this is going to be as meh as the first one I played, and I thought the first one was quite a lot of money for what it was. And then I picked it up and just played it for a little while. So I was like, I'm wrong. This is amazing.
Yeah, I think
very, very great.
I mean, there are some people out there who really like them. I think the Guitar Geek bought one, and he uses it in quite a few of his demos for the versatility, because they are a really versatile instrument. I wasn't sold on the original AZ series. There are too many deal breakers within the newer AZ series, like the AZS. I think the mini humbucker in the neck is just a bit much for me. And like Matt said, the trem systems as well. It's just something that I wouldn't really like as an ideal. I wouldn't like it. And if I'm spending upwards of like $1.5 grand, $2 grand, I want it to be exactly the spec that I want.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I think they're going to find themselves in a lot of guitarists' hands, though. They've got a few signature models out. It's not just the Josh Smith one. There was some lass that had one. I can't remember who that was.
Some lass.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like a purple one that had a humbucker, a single coil, and a telly neck pickle.
Bet she can play 10 times better than me, though. She's getting a signature one of them.
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah, I'd never heard of her myself, but there's some research got to happen, because if she's good enough to get a signature Ibanez, then something's going right in it.
Yeah. Josh Smith is the black one with a single in the neck.
Yeah. Josh Smith's one.
It's a standard Teleconfig.
Yeah, it's essentially like an Ibanez Telecaster, isn't it? Because it's got a thicker neck. It's got a V profile neck. It's got a 9.5 inch radius neck as well, rather than the standard 12 or 14, I think, of the Ibanez.
14, I think.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. So it's all based more towards the kind of the vintage feel, rather than the straddling the line between vintage and modern, which I think the AZs are going for. But like I'd really like the Josh Smith one if it was the specs, like the neck specifications of the other ones, but it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. I mean, I could go out and try the Josh Smith one and really love it. I mean, I played the Silver Sky and really like that, and that's like a 7.5 inch, 7.25 inch radius. So,
I want to play one of them. Have I played one? Did we play one when we were in Birmingham? I can't remember. No, I don't think they were there, were they? No, PRS weren't there.
I played a PRS in Birmingham. It might have been the year before, though.
Okay. Yeah, I really wanted to. I want to play one. I seem to think that I have played one. Maybe I played one up at Anderton's or something. I don't know. But yeah, should we have a chat about these? We've got to behave ourselves and be very polite. But the Boss pedal boards.
Yes, we shall. That's the other thing on the list. Yeah.
I think that with these, I'll grab a picture up in a second, but I think the carry case one is great if you're using something like a HX Stomp or a GT Core. I think that it's going to be very, very useful. But let's have a look. Let me grab this picture and.
So essentially, you've got.
Are you on about the 3-pedal one?
No, the bigger one that's got the carry case, so it's got wheels and stuff.
The wheelie one,
the 1000.
Yeah, the wheelie good one.
Yeah, so you've essentially got something like the old BCBs in the bottom end of the range, and then you've got this new one. So let's start at the bottom and work our way up. The BCB 30X, 60 quid, essentially a plastic box, because it's got
foam in it. Don't forget the foam. Don't forget the foam.
There you go. And the foam, if it's anything like the old ones, the foam will be pre-cut for Boss pedals, which if you're using Dan Electro pedals is just a little bit too small, so they won't fit perfectly.
Behringer?
Behringer ones fit perfectly. Yes. I did some research when I was younger. In fact, the old BCB 30s didn't used to have foam in. They were just like a plastic mold that you could clip the Boss pedals into. So this is a slightly better design than that, but essentially it is a 60 quid plastic box. So let's talk about the BCB 90.
Well, all I'm going to say is if you want to buy the 30, buy yourself a flight case and some foam.
There you go.
Half the price.
There you go. There's Matt's Matt's top tip. Yeah, I think it's too close to the original BCB 30 to be useful anymore. I think we've gone past that point. The BCB 90 is basically like the reinvention of the 60. So where the 60 was like it had 6 pedal slots. And it had a square of foam which had a boss cutout in it, or you could have like inserts that you could cut your own pedals out into it. Essentially, it was like a 6 pedal box with a channel for a daisy chain going through it to power the 6 pedals, and a junction box. So you had like a stereo loop almost. Which, when I had a BCB 60, I largely ignored and went into one input and out of one output. It was fine. It worked. And back then, pedal boards were in their infancy. They weren't very common. And the BCB 60 was a great solution. The BCB 90 slightly improves on that. It's still got the junction box. It's still got the power supply. I think they aren't any different or aren't much different, but instead of having like a channel at the top of the pedal board, the channels run underneath the foam, so it now gives you more space for pedals. It says you can fit 9 standard boss size pedals, which is an improvement over 6.
Yes, but you're still daisy chaining your power.
Yeah, it's exactly that. So if you ignore the power that's in there and go for a power supply, you're probably talking 6 pedals again. So 6 pedals and a power supply.
I mean, you might get 7 or something, but yeah.
The picture I've got up here, which is the one on the screen with the GT core in the middle. You've got a core in the middle, quite a lot of spare room. They've put a wireless on there. You've got 4. There's 8 pedals, including one of those pedals is an expression pedal, like the big one, wire size one. And there's quite a lot of space above the GT core, and a lot of space in between the pedals as well. If you were doing this properly, you would get a lot more than that in there. The foam, by the way, comes so you can cut it out yourself. So you just put your pedal in there, cut the silhouette around it, and then bang, you're in. Yeah, I mean, the old ones used to, but they also had pre-cut strips for boss pedals. So, I mean, it's minor tweaks on the kind of the classic BCB 60 design. I really, really hope to God that they have fixed the plastic clips on the top, because that was the thing that always used to go on the BCB 60s. And the moment one of those clips goes, it becomes a useless carry case for your pedals. What's the plastic like? Because it says it's rugged, and I think I've felt them before, but was it because you get a lot of various different types of plastic, everything from cling film all the way up to something you wouldn't want to throw at someone's head, or you would maybe. But what was the plastic like on the old ones?
It is a good rigid it's something that I would put pedals in and be comfortable to stand on it whilst it's closed and it not collapse. It's not awful.
I mean, the case itself was fine. Like the case was tough enough to withstand impact. As Matt said, you would feel happy homing your pedals in it, but it was the clips that held the pedal board together were also made out of plastic. And
they wheel down,
and
they
literally just come off.
Right. Yeah, they held on with a tiny thin piece of plastic, and that was their hinge point. So it was basically one of those ones, where you push it and it pops open, then you push it back down to close it. One of those, and once you snap one of those, if you hit one of those sideways accidentally, it falls over or whatever. They snap off, and then all of a sudden you've got a box that doesn't close anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. And it largely becomes useless after that, because once the lid doesn't affix on, if you're carrying it, the lid swings open, and then because they're not held in through Velcro, they're only being held in kind of push fit into foam, your pedals fall out. So it was a design flaw of the old ones. I really hope to God that they fix that, because if they haven't, I can't recommend this to anyone, because we've simply outlasted this design.
Boss have been bang on it, haven't they? I'm sure that if they've upgraded these, they would have fixed that. I'd hope to God that they would.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd have hoped that there was an isolated power supply for 9 pedals. Like, if I was going to have,
I wouldn't imagine so.
But I mean,
for 200 quid.
These...
Yeah, man, an isolated power supply with 9 pedals is going to cost at least that on its own.
Yeah, but I mean, you buy a pedal train Novo 36 for 200 quid, and you can fit 15 pedals on it. And yeah, I don't. The gap for me in this market kind of thing is for somebody who's a bedroom player who is not worried about a noise floor in the studio or playing live, or somebody who only knows that Boss exists and just owns Boss pedals.
I'm not going to be quite that cruel, but I'm going to say for like beginner guitarists who don't quite know about like the wider world of pedalboard making, and they're just looking for like a solution.
Yeah, I tell you what, if you're looking for something to take out to like jam nights and these sort of things, and you've worried that it might get nicked or something like that, and just going to fill up with a bunch of your cheaper pedals and that sort of thing, then it's ideal, because boards can cost a lot of money. If you don't want to be, if you've just got a few analog pedals, then daisy chain them together doesn't really matter too much either. So if you're just looking for something cheap and nasty to do a few cheap and nasty gigs with, then yeah, it makes sense there. Not that anyone's gigging, but yeah, not even Matt.
Yeah, not even me. This has cost me 4 gigs this 3-week lockdown.
Oh, woe is you!
How the mighty have fallen. But I think the crown in the jewel of the new BCB series is, of course, the BPC4, which is
BCB.
the BPC4, which is the pancake patch cables.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about the. I was like sitting here looking at the other board, and I was like, "What's he talking about?"
I mean,
so
they've stolen my name.
They come with patch cables.
No. They've brought out a new series of pancake patch cables, 4-inch long, and I can assure you that the real BPC is longer than 4-inch.
Oh dear. So they've also done a MIDI cable as well, which looks really cool. That's not new though. That's really cool, because you can angle it right angle, and you can angle it however you want.
Also, most importantly, is that no one cares about MIDI. So let's talk about the BCB 1000. Let's talk about. So this is
right. The biggest question about this one is, does it fit in an EasyJet boxy thing when you go into? Because if it doesn't, you can fly with it. It might have a use.
Yeah, I imagine they've probably
exactly what they've said. This is the first thing they have said on here. This large pedal board features a suitcase-style design while still meeting most carry-on requirements.
I thought it was going to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to quote EasyJet exactly, like that quote exactly. Guaranteed will fit in.
I thought you thought I was going to make a carry-on joke or something.
Matron. Yeah. So this is basically the one that's drawing people's attention to this. If this weren't in the lineup, we wouldn't even be talking about this. Let's face it.
Probably. Yeah.
So this is. I'm going to start off with the price, which is £400. Where I was critical of the price of the BCB 90 being £200. I think this is a fair price for this, because essentially this is a flight case. It's a plastic flight case. It's a molded plastic flight case, but it is a flight case, and it pretty much sorts you out in terms of it's got like a carry handle and a set of casters on it as well. So it is designed specifically for touring. I assume like touring session musicians. If you're not touring with like a massive arena's worth of equipment, and you can maybe take on like a modelling amp and a few of your favourite pedals to go to like a session or to depth for a band. This is it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think this is bang on. It's, one complaint would be that people would make would be that it is smaller than the other one and costs more, but it's smaller because it has to fit onto planes.
Yeah.
So, such is life, woe is me, and all that sort of bollocks. So, I think this is a really good idea. I've heard other people talk about this sort of idea before. It comes with a proper pedal board inside, so an aluminium pedal board inside it, which is removable. It has in and out, stereo in and outs as well. Well, not stereo ins, but stereo outs.
Yeah, it's got the junction box again, hasn't it?
Yeah, very, very cool. No power on this one, but that's because people who would flying around using this sort of thing, they're going to want isolated power, so they're leaving that up to you.
Yeah, and I'd say that's fair.
Looks like there's room. Yeah, it looks like there's room underneath for it as well. So I think this is pretty good. When you finish your gig, you just unplug the leads, close it up. I imagine in the front of the bag, there's room to keep your cables and stuff.
Yeah, it does look like the size when it's closed looks more than just like a hard case for a pedal train or anything like that. It looks like there's an extra like 6 or 8 inches on top of that for you to put cables and, so you've got a 4-way in there so that you can power everything. And
6 or 8 inches and a 4-way. Steady on, Matt.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So in the picture, they've got 4. Well, you can see it. The viewers can see it. This is for the listeners, but you've got 4 Boss. Well, they've put Wazza pedals on there, but you've got 4 Boss compacts, and then you've got the AB switcher, and you've got the Boss MS3, which is actually quite small, and that's below it, and an expression pedal, and there's still a gap at the top for.
Yeah, I'd basically say it's 5 Boss or MXR wide and 2 deep.
Yeah, I think that's fair. You could take 10 standard pedals, easy.
Yeah. Or more realistically, you're probably going to have one of the small modelers, like a core or a stomp, as well as maybe like 5 or 6 other regular pedals.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You've got your Iridium or whatever, or a Cab M.
Or a simplifier, Matt.
Yeah. I still have only heard that through headphones because, unfortunately, I took it to a gig and then was drinking at that gig, and it went into a garage, and then we went into lockdown, and I can't get my hands on it because I don't live in that house.
Oh no,
that's sad times.
What a bugger.
I mean,
yeah, I've still only heard it through headphones, but yeah, I'll get there eventually.
That's it. Good things come to those who wait.
I don't know if it is missing this, but one thing it looks like it's missing is a lock.
I don't know, because you can't see from it, because you've only got the sockets for the thing. But I guess if it's butterfly, then you can lock the butterflies.
It's not butterfly. It's plastic.
Oh, is it? It's not the old slidey ones that they had on the BCB60, is it?
Hang on a second.
That'd be great.
Of it.
That would be really, really funny. I mean, it'd be terrible.
So let's zoom in a little bit more.
Man zooms in on a thing on the internet.
Oh, they are plastic slidey things that go over metal slidey things.
Maybe they've got metal underneath, and maybe they're just perhaps they are just plastic covers over the metal, protect them or something along those lines.
Who knows?
I don't know. Yeah,
there are these sort of circular things that have got a slot in them that look like you would turn them with a 2p piece or something along those lines. I wonder if there's some sort of lock.
Possibly. You'd hope there was some way to lock. Because like, if you're going to trust this with flight, like, I know you can roll it onto the flight yourself, but still somebody could take it out of the overhead locker whilst you're having a piss. You wouldn't want them to be able to get into your pedal board if you've got a grand's worth of pedals in there, would you?
Yeah, and 10 pedals, easy to have a grand's worth of pedals.
That's what I mean. Like,
really.
Realistically, you probably got more. Like, I look at my pedal board every time I gig and I'm like, there's 2.5 grand's worth of stuff on the floor. I really hope nobody throws a pint of Carlin over it.
That's it. You go, this is an investment.
It's
where I've
crazy,
got my money tied up.
Dear. Has there been anything else interesting come out at NAMM?
There has. However, it's well past our bedtime, so it's time to wrap up the podcast. We'll save it.
It's NAMM.
Oi, Mr. Lee. Stop giving them more content. We'll save it for next time. This has got to last us the year, Lee.
I already know some stuff coming out in the coming months, so we'll be all right. So
we'll be a new chef tone pedal.
Indeed, yeah, possibly. I'll let you know when I hear something.
I mean, I've seen one, so I know they exist.
Right, let's do this wrap up thing that we usually do. We'll start off with our Patreon people because you are awesome, and some of you have been in the chat today, which is fantastic stuff. For as little as $2 a month, you can be one of those cool kids. Yeah, the cool kids. It is patreon.com/rettalk if you want to see our tears. Unlike this lockdown that I saw all of our tears. But our Patreon backers this week are Mr. Andrew Bimson, Mr. Chevtone himself, Adam Yeomans, Mr. Doug Christ of 37 Effects, Mr. Joseph Richardson of Joseph Richardson Music and Abstraction Band. Who else have we got? It's a huge erection.
That makes me giggle every time.
Yep, and it's absolutely worth every penny. Who else have we got? So that's 5. We've got Fletch of Fletcher Pickups, Mr. Ben Fletcher, and we have got Mr. Brian Gower of the Tone Jerks podcast. Oh, I feel spent. Why don't you guys tell me about the stuff that you do on the internet? Matt, where can we find you?
And basically nowhere.
There you Matt is...
I've stopped using
Matt is like a
I'm
ghost.
in the forum that Lee's going to mention in a minute. I'm in the podcast group on Facebook, and I've pretty much stopped using Twitter or anything else. But I'm heel_score Matt Q at Twitter, Twitch, and Twinstagram.
There you go. But I wouldn't follow him just yet. The best is yet to come. Lee, you are everything Pedalboards of Doom, aren't you?
I am. We have the group, which has topped 70,000 members. So thank you all for joining us. We have a page which has a couple of thousand, or God knows. But we have Instagram as well. So if you're following us on Pedalboards of Doom on Facebook, do join us on Instagram as well, because you get different content over there. We've got the YouTube channel, which features myself, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, Mr. Low, who's in the comments today, and we've got Mikey, who's got magic hands. Oh, yeah.
Why can't you say Low's name? Like, lol. Say Yeomans as well. While we're here, go on.
Yeomans. So, Andy just asked, can I go play bass now? No, sit down, shut up, and wait.
That's it. There's a shit joke coming up that you can't hear just yet.
He fell asleep while we waffled on about boss cases. The other thing I do, obviously, prolifically is Tonepedia, where we make accurate representations of gear, and then you get to go and try it out with very different instruments and amps in order to give you a true representation of how it's going to react when you put different gear through it. And it's all interactive, and we've got big plans for that for this year. So that is super exciting, and hence why I'm slightly falling asleep right now, because it's been a bloody long day.
And if you'd like to catch me, it is BudgetPedalChap at Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. YouTube is the home of the No Talk All Tone series, which this week is featuring the Tate Effects and Terrors. And if I can coax some of the demo units out of him, I'll try and get some more on. Because I think the No Talk All Tone series, this is the first Tate Effects pedal featured on it. Oh no, it's not. The Hot Coals is on there.
I was going to say, you definitely did the Hot Coals before you gave that back to Yeomans.
Indeed. Oh, and the very, very old Power Amp Distortion. But the heavy hitters from his catalogue are not on that No Talk All Tone, so I need to chase him up about that. But that
tight.
That's it. Tight. But we need what we need to do now is I need to say, from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Mr. Matt Quine. Say bye, Matt. Just as he's taking a drink.
He's like,
bye, Matt. And from Lee.
Say it.
Do you want to say bye, Matt?
I did say bye, Matt.
Oh, did you? Do you want to say it again?
Did I lie?
bye, Matt. Yeoman said he's got a Razor's Edge you can use.
Oh. Hello.
Pretty good then.
Yeah. So from myself, Mr. Budget Pedal Chap, from Mr. Matt Quine, bye Matt, from Lee, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. Ta-ra, a bit.
Good night, all.
Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Two Buddhist monks are on their way to a local Indian takeaway. One keeps stopping to do good deeds. He doesn't want a bad karma. Lee,
I think that'll do.
Lee, is this working? Bad karma? Bad karma?